everyone, it's Sharana from Payroll Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing Godfather of Harlem, which is currently streaming on the Epix streaming platform. The series stars Forest Whitaker, Vincent D'Onofrio, as this centers around the life of Bumpy Johnson, who is played by Forest Whitaker, and also to highlight some of the high key moments of the civil rights movement since this series takes place during the 60s. So for those of you who don't know, if you ever seen Hoodlum, Lawrence Fishburne character, Bumpy Johnson is actually a real life figure, and it's very interesting to watch the series and learn a little bit more about this character. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stayed. I tell you what I enjoyed about the series, what I didn't like about the series, and is it worth your time or not watching Godfather of Harlem, the new season 2 on Epix. So, going into what I enjoy most about Godfather of Harlem, and for those of you who had the opportunity to watch the first season, it ended with a bang. It was a lot happening. So much that I was really concerned as to how they were going to be able to sustain the season 2 with this mini war that began at the end of season 1. I will say one of the things that I enjoy about this season that it takes a very unlikely turn. I think for those of you who might have thought which way that they were going to go for season 2, it's totally in a different direction. And I really love the twists and turns that happens. It's a very cerebral show, but enjoyable at the same time. They do such a great job of building the tension that is happening, especially as we have these two forces. Vincent D'Onofrio, he is absolutely fantastic, going up against Forest Whitaker. It is so great to see them on screen together, especially since they are enemies, but they're absolutely fantastic. The cast as a whole is absolutely superb, but I do want to give a shout out in regards to a lot of more screen time for Ilfenesh Hadera and also to Antoinette Crow Legacy. I really love that with these two characters, we really get to see the women take more of a forefront. As I would say, without giving spoilers, that this season really shows everyone is on their own paths. I think a lot of last season was really showing Ilfenesh's character with Forest Whitaker's, but she's as her character grows this season, she's really beginning to form her own lane. And I really love that we get to center around themes not only surrounding the civil rights movement that is happening, because we do have characters like Malcolm X in this season as well as the previous season, but also too we are starting to see themes of feminism and the debate on how white feminism harms black feminism. I think there's a really great episode that really delves deep into those topics. A lot of those topics or fears still ringing true very much today. But also too, we get to talk a lot about black capitalism. As we see Bumpy Johnson, who's trying to make a name for himself, who's trying to expand his reach, we really get to see a lot of this black capitalism, whereas before, a lot of black people had to go through whites, or in this season, the Italians, to really make their money. And so we're starting to see a lot of these, even though we are talking about the mob, we're talking about gangsters at the same time, but they're trying to make money for their own, for themselves, but also too, to put money back into the communities. Now, I do want to give a shout out also to, and I believe his name is Nigel Thatch, who plays Malcolm X. He is literally fantastic as Malcolm X, especially as we get to delve deeper into with him leaving the Nation of Islam, starting to go into the later years leading up to his assassination. I love that this series really details, even though Malcolm X is not like this main character of the season, but a friend of Bumpy Johnson's. I love that we get to delve deeper into the exploration of his mindset, what was going on with him, you know, what his family life looked like, which I feel is a lot that continues to be missed, especially when we have films that delve into Malcolm X. I feel like that kind of takes a back seat at most times. And in this series, you actually get to delve deeper into his family life. You get to delve deeper into kind of the mind space that Malcolm X was going through, especially as he was having this rift with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I think that it balances itself so well that even though I say we're talking about Malcolm X, we're talking about civil rights, that we're talking about the mob, the gangsters, that sometimes I would think that you will feel while watching that this could be like two totally different series. And as I start to get that feeling, they do such a beautiful way of blending all of these themes in with one another as all of these characters begin to cross paths throughout the course of the season, that it makes you feel as though that all of this is meant to be said and that all of this relates to one another in some way, shape, or form. I know what you're thinking, Sharada. How in the heck is civil rights and the mob gang. How is all of that going to relate? But somehow, Godfather of Harlem, they absolutely get this right. And I think that's one of the things that I enjoy about this show. Not only does it serve as some type of historical context at the same time, because we are talking about real characters. Sure, things have been changed to add to the dramatization of the series, but they do a great job of making you wanting to learn more about these figures, but also to showing you a different side of these figures that we have not seen in film or television before, but also to stack with this superb cast. I mean, it's just such a great show, and I wish that more people were watching this, but this is me doing my job, making sure that I put you guys onto some great television. So if you do not have Epix, go download Epix. Download the free 7-day trial. Make sure that you binge not only season 1, but season 2 as well. I think maybe it's almost at the half mark point of the season 2. But what I would like to tell you to do with you and your time is, I definitely think Godfather of Harlem is such a fantastic show with such fantastic casting, amazing performances, and I think that a lot of fans will really enjoy the series. We just have to get more eyes on it. But yes, I'm gonna stop rambling, okay? Just know that Godfather of Harlem, once you start watching it, you're gonna say, Sharana, thank you so much. I didn't know what life was until I started watching this. But those are pretty much my thoughts on Godfather of Harlem, which airs new episodes every Sunday on Epix, the streaming platform. As always, my name is Sharana from Payroll Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000, and until I see you again, bye!